Welcome to TakeAnother5, your weekly podcast on a bit of this and a bit of that. Hosted by Donna Jodhan.
Hey there, it's Donna Jodhan, and welcome to my weekly podcast called Take Another 5. Happy to be with you for yet another week. And I'd like to start by thanking all of you who took the time to send in feedback, because it's with you that it's the only way that we can do it, and without you we cannot do it. So thank you. I live in Toronto, Canada, and I'm an author, blogger, editor, entrepreneur, and law student. And I thoroughly enjoy what I do for a living. Part of what I do is to ensure that the information that you need and that you want and that you request is provided to you through my weekly podcast. My podcast is divided into 5 specific segments. Kitchen Corner, where we get cooking. Take Another 5 with technology, which has to do with technology, and I'm starting something a little bit new this week in this segment, in that I'll not just be giving you information about useful apps, but also telling you about some other technology that is out there that you can use in a crunch, or you can tell your family and friends about it because it's useful, what I call lower level technology. The next is the 5 minutes mystery, and then we go on to In the End Zone with the Entrepreneur, and finally we talk about scams and bullies, scams of the week, and building awareness on bullies. But before we get started, I want to play you this little sound and see what you think. Now let's see if we can get this going. Tell me, what do you think when you hear that sound? The sound of swishing water and the sound of the horn of a ship as it blows mournfully in the harbor. Is this one of your favorite sounds? It's one of mine, but you know what? I am more interested to know what one of your favorite sounds is. And you can write to us and let us know at info@sterlingcreations.ca. All right then, it is time for us to get started. And I'm going to tell you who did it for the mystery that we presented to you last week. And that mystery was called The Canadian Clown. Let's just hope that you have been able to identify the correct person who did the deed. So, who did it? It took us some time before we uncovered the killer. Alex, our computer man, started to investigate the hostile takeover by the person who had attempted to buy up Marc Andre's shares. And then this person had done something else by buying it through a dummy company, and the company had been based in the Bahamas but had roots in Switzerland. In Switzerland, it had led to Germany and right across Europe, and the hunt had become more confusing. On a hunch by our computer man Alex, we had decided to look for Stefanos Christoforou. We found him on the island of Corfu, and Alex and I visited him, seated in his rocking chair, overlooking his private beach. He told us the following story. He had tried to get Marc-Andre Sr. by attempting the hostile takeover. When this had failed, he went to Montreal and had planned to kill Marc-Andre, and it was relatively easy, as he put it. The security guard had made it easy too. He knew that Marc-Andre always kept a set of golf clubs in his office. He had once read an article about this. Marc-Andre Sr. never knew who hit him. After telling us his story, Stefanos asked to be excused to the bathroom. But Alex did not trust him. The detectives cuffed him, and as his wife and dog Thano watched, he was taken away. This is the end of this mystery for this week. I hope that you were able to identify the correct person that did the deed. But if you didn't, that's okay. Please go to my store at www.donnajodhan.com, and there you would be able to go and see which of these mysteries you would like to buy. Now it's time for our next segment. Stay tuned and we'll see you on the other side. Or I should say it's time for our first segment. See you on the other side.
Welcome to my kitchen corner.
Hey, it's Donna Jodhan, and welcome to segment 1 of Take Another 5. And it's time for us to get into our kitchen corner and get cooking. For the first recipe for this week, and again, I'd like to thank Mama Peach, our dear friend, who always shares her very vast library of recipes with us. Thank you, Mama. The first recipe comes from the category called Dude Food, and it's barbecued ribs. All right, let's get started. We need some canola oil or vegetable oil, 2 small red onions finely chopped, 3 to 4 cloves of garlic finely minced, 1 cup of packed brown sugar, 1 cup of ketchup, 1/2 cup of cider vinegar, the juice of 1 lemon, and 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, 1 tablespoon of hot pepper sauce to taste, 1/2 teaspoon of chili powder, 2 racks of pork baby back ribs, and you need to cut it into 3 to 4 rib sections. Now you heat the oil in a large skillet over a medium heat. Add onions and garlic. Cook and stir until softened and lightly browned. Then you stir in your brown sugar and your ketchup, your vinegar, your lemon juice, your Worcestershire sauce, hot pepper sauce, and chili powder. Simmer gently for about 5 minutes. Remove half of the sauce and reserve it or put it aside. Transfer remaining sauce to the crock pot. Add the ribs, stirring to coat. Cover and cook on low for 7 to 9 hours or on high for 4 to 6 hours. Before serving, cut ribs between bones. Serve with the reserved sauce that you've just put aside. This makes 6 servings. Doesn't this sound yummy? I hope you enjoy it. Now for our second recipe of the week. And this comes from the category called Low Fat Cookbook. And it's a dessert. It's banana cream pudding. All right. 1 package of fat-free, sugar-free Jell-O banana cream pudding mix. 2½ cups of low-fat milk. 12 reduced fat vanilla wafers. 2 bananas sliced. Mix pudding with milk. Layer 6 cookies, 1 sliced banana, and half of the pudding. Repeat layers with remaining ingredients, ending with the pudding. Now you need to refrigerate it. This makes 6 servings, and per serving, 136.9 calories. Total fat is 2.93 grams. Saturated fat is 1.63 grams. Sodium is 118.2 milligrams. Protein is 4.63 grams. Carbohydrates is 24.39 grams. Cholesterol is 7.29 milligrams. And fiber is 1.16 grams. I hope you enjoy the recipes that we've brought you for this week. You know, you can always use these recipes in a crunch or, in an emergency. If you find yourself that you don't know what to cook for a party or you don't know what to cook for the family, try out either of these recipes or any of the recipes that we provide you with every week. Remember now, you can write to us at info@sterlingcreations.ca and we'd be happy to provide you with electronic copies of these recipes. Happy cooking, and now stay tuned for segment 2 of Take Another 5.
Time to take another 5 with technology.
Hey, it's Donna Jodhan, and welcome to segment 2 of Take Another 5. It's Take Another 5 with technology, and for this week we have a really nifty app to introduce to you. We hope that you enjoy this app because you know what? You can use this app to become extremely creative and make your own cards. This is called the Cards app. Meet the Cards app. This wonderful little app is for those of you who just like to wander into the unknown and take a stab at creation. If this is you, then please read on, or please listen on. You can create and send greeting cards to anyone in the world using the Cards app. There are 34 customable designs in 8 different themes, and the cost for this nifty little app is $2.99 US to send anywhere in the US and $4.99 to send anywhere else in the world. I have a brief description for you. And sorry, let me just start this again. There's a brief description button, and there's also a learn more button and a create button. Okay, so there's a description button, a learn more button, and a create button. The create button gives you the following options: Mother's Day, thank you, baby, birthday, love, get well, travel, and holiday. There are designs within each theme. The next screen brings up 3 tabs: outside of card, inside of card, and envelope. The outside of the card tab gives you the option to enter a photo or text. Okay? The inside of the card tab allows you to write a message. The envelope tab allows you to enter a return and delivery address. You can select these addresses from your contacts list. Select the Done button and double tap on the price. This app is available at the App Store through your iDevice. Simple, don't you think? So why not go out there and make friends with the Cards app? Well, this week again I have for you something called the Big Oven app. I decided to give you this app because I think it's something that you would really enjoy. So, meet the Big Oven app. Now, it is an app that truly excites me for the immense possibilities that it offers. I hope that you take a few moments to listen to this one. This is an app with over 250,000 recipes. You can search by title, keyword, course, and ingredient. There is also a use up leftovers section that allows you to list up to 3 ingredients, and the app will suggest recipes for you. Isn't that great? There are 3 tabs across the top: Recipes, Kitchen, and Elsewhere. The Recipes tab is where you can conduct a simple or advanced search. There are categories that include use up leftovers, recent raves, what's cooking around me, and random recipes. The Kitchen tab has, among other things, menu planner and a grocery list. The Elsewhere tab gives you a food glossary, among other things. This app is available at the App Store through your iDevice. This is a must app for you, so just go out there and make friends with it. If you want to know more about apps, or you want any information on the apps that we have given you this week, please write to us at info@sterlingcreations.ca. Now it's time for us to go on to our 3rd segment called the 5 Minutes Mystery Moment. I'll catch you on the other side. Hi, it's Donna Jodhan, and welcome to segment 3 of Take Another 5, and it's time for our 5 minutes mystery. The mystery for this week is called the Emerald Egg, and we hope that you can take a few minutes just to relax, recharge, allow your imagination to roam anywhere and everywhere. These mysteries are meant to tickle the imagination. So without much more ado, let's get into this week's mystery, the Emerald Egg. And it's available at www.donnajodhan.com/store.html. All right. Barry Baranto had denied all odds. He lived a dangerous life, and he knew it. He was always one step ahead of his rivals, and only his instincts had saved him at the end. The scene of the crime looked something like this. It was a warm, sunny summer's morning on a small beach in the Caribbean. A few hours ago, 2 body bags had washed ashore, and now they have been surrounded by the crime scene team. The headlines in the city's morning papers scream as follows. Top secret sleuth, British secret sleuth Barry Baranto, murdered at sea. A yacht called the Emerald Egg is anchored out in the bay, not too far from where the 2 body bags had washed up. The yacht is painted in an emerald color with goldish yellow stripes. Its name, the Emerald Egg, is written on both sides and on its front, and a Union Jack is proudly displayed on its flagpole and is at full mast. Police have boarded the yacht and have reported the following. Nothing seemed to have been disturbed except for the security cameras. All but one had been smashed, and the owner seems to have been a very neat person. His computer had been found turned on, and it appeared that the victim had been surfing the internet when he was shot. A half-full glass of beer had been found beside his computer. Passport and personal papers were found, along with a wallet of money. An empty cell phone case was also found, but his bunk was found all made up, and his clothes were found all neatly folded. The galley was also very clean. Cupboards were well stocked with food, dishes, utensils, pots and pans were all in their own little place. Remains of a chicken meal, however, were found in the fridge. Wonder what the motives for this killing or these killings would have been. Certain international agencies had wanted Barry Baranto dead. So, who could the suspects be? There was one suspect identified, and his name was Vladimir. And Vladimir could have wanted Barry Baranto dead for personal and professional reasons. Yang Tai was yet another suspect, and he could have wanted Barry dead for personal and professional reasons as well. The cause of death Both victims had died of single gunshot wounds to the forehead. They had both died instantly. British embassy officials were being asked to identify one of the bodies. Well, Barry Parenteau was a top British secret agent. He was a sleuth. He had made quite a name for himself on the international scene. He had stolen secrets from the Russians and from the Chinese. He had brought them back to the British. Pursuers had chased him across the globe, from the dusty streets of Cairo to the crowded marketplaces of Lebanon, from the tree-lined boulevards of Paris to the beautiful plazas of Rome, from the dirty harbors of Hong Kong to the busy streets of Tokyo, and from the bustling streets of New York to the ice hockey rinks of Montreal. Barry Parenteau had been running for more than a year now. Vladimir had almost cornered him in Paris and Rome, but had lost him in a crowded Rome cafe. On a warm summer's night, this almost took place. Vladimir almost had him. Yang Tai thought that he had Barry cornered on a sampan in Hong Kong's harbour, but Parenteau had somehow managed to escape. Both men had tracked Parenteau to a concert hall in New York, then to a hockey game in Montreal, then finally to the Emerald Egg yacht in the Caribbean. Parenteau had known that he could not run forever, so he had decided to end things in the Caribbean. He had bought the Emerald Egg yacht in the States, and then he had taken her to a small Caribbean island. He had outfitted her with the best and latest security technology, and had spent hours learning how to sail the Caribbean seas. He had chosen this particular island because of its remoteness and for its location, because it was easy to leave in case he had to make a quick getaway. He had been living on his yacht for about a month when things had started to happen. Vladimir had managed to track him after he had bought his yacht and had followed him to the Caribbean, and Yang Tai had followed Vladimir, knowing that he would eventually lead him to Barry Parenteau. Vladimir had also had a very personal score to settle with Parenteau. They were half-brothers. They had looked very much alike, and Parenteau had stolen secrets by using Vladimir. He had defected to Britain, and Vladimir had never forgiven him. Yang Tai had also had a personal score to settle. Parenteau had previously killed Yang Tai's brother in a covert operation. Lots of stuff with brothers and brothers and brothers. So you know what? We're going to leave you here, and we're going to come back to this mystery at the end of our podcast and give you some additional information that will help you to solve this mystery. And you have a week to think about it, and next week we'll tell you who did it. Alright, so you can again purchase this mystery along with many others at www.donnajodhan.com/store.html. Alright, it's time for us to move on to segment 4, and we'll see you on the other side.
In the End Zone with the Entrepreneur.
Hi, it's Donna Jodhan, and welcome to segment 4 of Take Another 5. In the End Zone with the Entrepreneur, and that's me. I have been an entrepreneur since 1998, and I've seen a lot. I've seen the landscape change a lot. I've seen when I began, we didn't have the internet, and now we do have the internet, and it's just such an exciting time for anyone who wants to become an entrepreneur. But there are also some very important tips that you need to learn more about, that you need to know more about, and maybe you already know about these. But it doesn't hurt to go over some of them. And for this week, here is a tip which we think is very important. It's when invoicing and collecting your checks. Your invoices must be very clear and precise. The description of services rendered should be there. The number of hours that have been spent providing the services. The rate per hour. And the payment to be remitted in precise number of days. And the penalty for if the payment is not provided in the specified number of days. It is probably best to have the payment made via credit card or through an online payment method such as PayPal. Now, if you are providing a product, find a way to cash this check before the product is shipped. Maybe a half payment before delivery and the rest afterwards. Okay? The goal or the objective here is to ensure that you receive your payment before your product is shipped. In the case of a service, maybe you can try this one. Try invoicing for half before and invoicing for the rest after. You want to cover yourself. You want to make sure that you receive payment for what you sell. All right? So, we hope that this little tip helps you as an entrepreneur. And now it's time for us to move on to segment 5. My goodness, we're getting up there for this week. So, we'll see you on the other side.
Help us beat the bullies and the scams.
Hi, it's Donna Jodhan, and welcome to segment 5, our final segment for this week of Take Another 5. We hope that you've enjoyed what we've brought you for this week thus far, and we've enjoyed bringing it to you. So now it's time for us to get into scams and bullies. For part 1, we're going to tell you about a scam that is presently making the rounds. This scam has to do with you being told that your domain name is in violation. You'll probably receive an email telling you that someone else in another country has the same exact domain name. It's the same domain name as your domain name. You'll be asked to cease and desist, or you may be asked to sell your domain name. Just ignore this email and delete it. No, don't entertain any thought of selling it. Because if you do, you'll be asked for your email address, you'll be asked for all kinds of details, and trust me when I tell you that this information can be used against you. So just delete, delete, delete. All right, let's go on to bullying and building awareness about bullying. Who are our real heroes? We can say without a doubt that our true heroes are those brave young men and women who gave their lives for us during World Wars I and II, and other wars as well. Those brave soldiers who have fought in other wars and continue to give their lives so that the rest of us can enjoy a free world. Our true heroes are those who died fighting to save us when they unselfishly launched themselves against the Nazi enemy on June 6, 1944, without even giving a backward glance, without even having stopped to think of themselves first. Our true heroes are those whose last words were "Mama" as they lay dying on the beaches of France, their young lives ebbing away, just ebbing so quickly away under a summer's sun in a foreign land so far away from home. No way to see the faces of their beloved Mama before departing this world, and no way to say a final farewell to loved ones. These are our heroes, and we must never forget them. There is no room for any other type of hero, no room for those who believe that the only way for them to make a difference, gain popularity, or to stand out in a crowd is to be a bully. We do not need athletes who do not know how to handle themselves, both on and off the field, or on and off the ice. They are not our heroes. We certainly do not need to put up with these entertainers who believe that it is acceptable to misbehave in public through their obstreperous actions and their racist comments. They can only be described as playground bullies. There is no place in this world for those who use cyberspace to conduct their underground activities. They can only be described as bullies. I invite you to join my campaign against bullying by visiting me at www.donnajodhan.com and go to my page on bullying. All right. Segment 5 is now over, and it's time for our wrap-up. So we'll see you on the other side, and I'll give you some additional information for this week's mystery called the Emerald Egg. Stay tuned.
Thank you for having taken another 5. We wish you a fantastic day.
It's me again, Donna Jodhan, and it's time for wrap-up for this week for Take Another 5. But before we leave you, we want to give you some additional information to help you solve this week's mystery, the Emerald Egg. 2 people were killed, and someone had placed the 2 dead persons in body bags and had thrown them overboard. The 3rd person had managed to get away. That's all we're going to leave you with for this week, because we think it's enough to help you solve this mystery. And we'll tell you who done it next week. Just remember, all of our audio mysteries have been broadcast across the ACB radio internet stations and at Accessible Media Inc. here in Toronto. I've been an audio mystery writer since 2010, and I continue to write, and I am also having murder mystery evenings. I've done a few in Canada. I'm hoping to do more across North America. All right, it's time for the wrap-up for this week, or it's time to end our podcast for this week. Remember now, you can follow us at Accessible World or at author_Jodhan. So it's at ACCESSIBLEWORLD or AUTHOR_JODHAN. Or you can like us on Facebook at author Donna Jodhan, that's one word, or just Donna Jodhan. All right, another week is in the books. We want to thank you for joining us. We wish you a great day and a delightful rest of the week. You keep a song in your heart, and may the winds be at your back. See you next week. Bye for now.